Okay, hey, welcome to day 17. So I hope that you started your Facebook archive download, and I hope that you thought a little bit about what words actually used to mean and what they kind of do mean for you today. And I hope that you're starting to become, if nothing else, aware of language and how it impacts your day and how it impacts your life. Today we're going to take that one step further. Because in order to understand how language and words can affect our ability to achieve results, we have to understand how language is coming into our experience. So I want to ask you this question, okay? I want you to consider what words you consume most often. Here's what I mean by this. What are the last 3 movies that you watched? All of those movies had words in them. What about the last 3 television shows that you watched? What about the last 3 songs that you listened to? What about the last 3 videos that you watched on YouTube? See, the reason why I'm asking you this is most of us don't realize how language affects us on a regular and daily basis. If you watch the news, the likelihood of you being a negative person that has a negative outlook towards the world is very high because the language that's constantly used for you on the news is negative, negative, bad, bad, bad. If you watch movies that are filled with vulgarity and lots of swearing and stuff like that, you know what? The reality is you probably swear more as a result of that. Same thing with television shows or songs that you listen to. So if you constantly listen to songs that are talking about, like let's say that you listen to country. I don't listen to country, but if you did, there's a lot of country songs that talk about, you know, family and relationships and hope and love. And a lot of people that I know that listen to country kind of have a different view of the world and what love could look like. Whereas a lot of people that listen to music more like what I listen to, like hip hop, maybe don't have that kind of same view of love. To them, relationships and interactions between men and women are a little bit different. Why is that? It's largely because we're created and sort of shaped by the words that come into our experience on a really regular basis. Let me ask you this. This is a really important one. How many books have you read or listened to this year? Or this month? Or this week? How many motivational talks have you watched on YouTube? See, here's what you got to get clear on. If you want to change the way you look at the world, you need to change the way you interact with it. And the way you change the way you interact with it is you become really clear on what you allow to impact you and your world and your ability to achieve results. So if most of us live in a world that's filled with negative language, that's filled with sort of views of the world that are negative and that are largely sort of, I guess, entrenched in this idea that there's not a lot of hope and there's not a lot of good that's going to come. And you may listen to those things because that's what you're used to listening to and watching, but it doesn't give you a spark of hope. It doesn't give you this sense to want to go and do something awesome. Like you ever watched Rocky? Rocky is so inspirational, and every kid, when they came out of Rocky, they were like wanting to box and run up some stairs. Why? Because there was something about that movie that inspired you to take action. Well, the same thing happens with the words and the music and the movies that you watch. If they don't inspire the right kind of action that you want to achieve in your life, then guess what? Maybe you shouldn't watch them as often. I'm not saying X them out. I'm just saying be aware. See, if you could fill your brain with more good than bad, wouldn't you achieve more good than not? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to consider how many books you've listened to or read, and I want you to consider how many motivational speeches you've seen on YouTube. And here's what I want you to do. 2 things that you have to do to achieve results today. Number 1 is I want you to email me at kevin@kevinclayson.com, and I want you to tell me what kind of a book you need in your life, and I'm going to send you a free audiobook. Okay? I'm going to do that for you. So you email me and say, you know what, I want a book on money, I want a book on mindset, I want a book on, you know, how to interact with humans, I want a book on relationships, whatever you feel like you need most in your life, I want you to email me, and I'm going to send you a book through audible.com that will be a free download for you, assuming you've never downloaded a free book from me before. And that book will hopefully help to put some good into your brain and shift the way language is impacting your life. Now, the other thing I want you to do is, if you did the archive, I want you to go back to that Facebook video from yesterday, and I want to make sure that you've clicked on the link that Facebook gave you, and I want you to save that information from your downloads onto your desktop or onto your laptop so that we can do something with it in a couple days, okay? So, number 1, email kevin@kevinclayson.com. Tell me what you need in your life so I can give you something positive to put in your brain. And then make sure that you have downloaded, not just requested, but downloaded your Facebook archive so we can use it in a couple days, okay? Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow.